Everybody, Gordy here with All In Liner again. We just went through the plug video with you, so basically what we're going to do is show you is putting the liner on to make it work the best for you. So basically what you want to do is we already have the plug installed. So we have the plug free of the debris and we have it sitting down here in our drain pool. And basically what you want to do is we always want to start with on these, you always have one side that's higher than the other. And the reason that is for manufacturing purposes. It doesn't take away from anything in the liner or whatever. So basically what you want to do is, there's a seam always that comes out straight up from the plug. And basically you always want to start your liner basically in the middle of the cooler up from that seam. I found out that this works the best to install your liner. Basically what you do have here is a piece of tape. And this is a non-stick adhesive that will just stick to your cooler, but it will pull off. And basically that you just take it and peel it back. What we suggest is you just take about 6 inches at a time and pull it back. And then just take it and put it about, anywhere from 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch below the lip of the cooler. And then you always want to make sure, because it's a pretty good sticky tape and it will stick to the plastic, that like I said, you just kind of want to pull it as you go around. Always make sure that when you're putting it on, you go at tight corners. As you notice here too, on this cooler, there's a little indentation. Always make sure that when you put it on there, just go ahead and make sure that you put it around the indentations really good. This will also make it from having air pockets in it when you're trying to put your products in there. And you're trying to put like your beverages and your food and all that kind of stuff. So basically just keep, 3 to 6 inches. Just a nice easy stroke, and just keep putting it on there and just tighten it as you go. It doesn't matter if you mess it up a little bit, you can pull it off. It's not going to be that big a deal. Just make sure your corners are tight and then put it around. And as you can see, eventually the strip's going to run out on one side. So basically we're already half done with putting this cooler liner in. And then all you want to do is just make sure you just adhere it to the cooler. So when you got that first strip done, just take and set that off to the side. And then what you want to do is, what we're going to do is start the lower side portion of it. You can do this one of two ways. You can either take this whole thing and set it all up like this, or you can just run it as we go, and I'll show you how to do it that way too. So basically what you want to do is, you want to start with the low one now. And low just goes right up where the other one is. And you just run it the same way. 3 to 6 inches. Nice and easy around the whole cooler. Make sure that you get your corners tight and everything like that. And like I said, if it's not 1/8 of an inch, it's not that big a deal. You just want to get as close to the top of the cooler as you can. I never really get too worried about where it is on the cooler. Just as long as it has a good, nice, tight seal and it gives me the what I'm looking for. So that basically what I did here was, I'm just putting it around the whole thing. And we're getting it around the whole cooler. And what we're doing is, now we're kind of getting towards the end. What I suggest is when you have about 6 or 8 inches left, that's when you want to worry about getting the air pockets out. As you can see here, just kind of move the material around as best you can and just get the air pockets out. When you do get the air pockets out, then what you could do is you could just seal up the rest of the liner. And just make sure you get it tight in the corners. And like this one too, sometimes the liner will overrun on size. All you have to do is take it and pull it over to the other side. And then just make sure all the air pockets are out. Not every liner fits perfectly into the cooler, but the thing is, with the material being so thin, it's not going to take away any of your cubic inches to be able to put all your product in there. Like your beer and ice and all that kind of things. Basically the number one thing is you just always want to make sure that with the plug and with putting in the plastic, always just kind of make sure you just kind of shove the plastic as much as you can around the plug, and then that way you always have a good drain when you need to drain it. So that's basically how you install the liner, and then in the third video we'll show you how we drain it and how tough it is. Thank you.